Well, the refereeing has been of a good standard so far. We can have no complaints about that. And a final score in Group C that really was a major upset. It's Algeria in the white shirts conceding a goal after just 12 minutes in the first half against Ivory Coast. Algeria, remember, come here to Senegal as the defending champions. But shocked 12 from Traoré. And that was sweet revenge for Traoré. He was sent off when these two nations met in Algiers in 1990. A second before the break from Fofana. He plays in Monaco, no stranger to the big time and the big atmosphere. A man nation, Fofana, his delight as he runs to the bench. Ivory Coast had the match in their pockets by now. Just a minute to go in the second half as the Algerian defence folds once again. And Thierry skips through as we get towards the end of week one. Yesterday's game between the Ivory Coast and Congo failed to provide a goal. It wasn't for the want of trying, however. Ivory Coast in the orange shirts, Yaoundé with one off the line, and then at the other end, a cross off the crossbar, and Ivory Coast with the last word, also striking woodwork in the last 20 minutes. However, it finished Ivory Coast. Would it be the Ivory Coast or would it be Zambia? Our friends, the Ivory Coast, once again playing in the Tangerine Strip. Early on in this game, it's Ivory Coast with a header against the woodwork. Zambia then caught completely cold on 2 minutes. Lucky to see that header from Traoré come back from the post, and then having their goalkeeper to thank for that initial save. And Traoré, the number 10, putting the rebound wide. Ivory Coast went into this match without the injured Fofana, but he'd promised to be fit for semi-final duty, hoping his teammates could do the business here and qualify for the Final Four. Zambia may have been the underdogs, but they were certainly not out to make things easy for Ivory Coast. Keeping them for much of the first half at long range, well prepared by their trainer Sam Idlove. Chabala in goal, doing all that was asked of him, and when he was caught out of position, defenders in the right position to clear the danger. But as you see from these pictures, it was Ivory Coast with most of the pressure in the first half. Zambia's best chance really spurned when they chose to knock the ball back instead of heading for goal, inexplicably so. And then getting forward, it's the defender Soko who drives just wide of the upright. 0-0 then at half-time. We turn round into the second half. Real chances few and far between, and when they come your way, you've got to make them count. Zambia failed to do so. Zambia relying so much on Galusha Bwalia, the man from PSV Eindhoven. But the Ivory Coast well aware of the danger man, and he was kept relatively quiet as Ivory Coast go close once again with a shot that's cleared from the line. But as the minutes tick by towards the end of normal time, still neither side could find a way through. So we went into extra time before at last it was Ivory Coast who broke the stalemate. This coming in the 93rd minute. Well, the camera following our friend Traoré there. He looks delighted, and after the match was quick to goal. But at the time we thought it was Sia's shot that took a wicked deflection as the free kick there rebounds to the edge of the box. And Chabala at last is beaten in the cruelest of manners. See a shot then taking a huge deflection from a Zambian defender. And Ivory Coast finally have the lead. This coming, remember, in the first period of extra time after the sides had finished at 90 minutes 0-0. Ivory Coast then with success built on a stern defence.
Decent little ball out to Agbo on the right. He goes forward menacingly, but the two defenders were enough, or were they? As Oman Biek comes in, Agbo not certainly hasn't given a penalty for this. He's handled the ball, that's why. And the free kick has obviously been handled in that situation, but Cameroon have a penalty here and a marvellous chance to take the lead, which they have scorned with a save by Alain Guameni, but really direction, that's the main thing, but it was a strange technique. Yeah, it already shown in the first period he can get a prodigious distance on these throws. That's another useful one, and off the back post to T-High, and that could well have been the opening goal of the game, maybe ought to have been. It was off its shoulder height for him. Ogui in possession. Nice little layoff to Ben Salah. Ben Salah's shot was not a bad one, and on this kind of uneven surface, any shot from that range. Barbie will take the first kick for Ivory by Joseph to decide who goes through to the final. And it's in. Diaby. It wasn't a good penalty, and the goalkeeper relieved this for a 2-0 lead. The keeper moved, it didn't matter. He found the top corner of the net, a perfect, sweetly struck penalty. Well, he wants to compose himself. And he was pretty good to take the third one. I think he didn't. Oh dear, that was an absolutely awful. I have to disagree with Phil Myson on that. Maybe every penalty. That was awful. Oman Biek has the chance to bring Cameroon level here. Dear.
Say all they have to do is score the next two penalty kicks to win, regardless of.
And that is. So now Cameroon must score from the. I think it is. Well, what a twist here. One goalkeeper against Bell has to score against his counterpart to keep his team in it. Ivory Coast have made the final.
It was almost as if they wanted to go out of the tournament. Ivory Coast just can't believe it. But fair play to them. They've won it.
Ivory Coast tonight. It's 3-1 to the Ivory Makanaki, then from Oman Biek. And Ivory Coast are through to Sunday's final.
Standing and scored some cracking goals, 3 altogether in this competition. I'll break off as danger threatens again here, and the defender has played a suicide ball back into the middle, and that should have been a goal for Prince Polly in the opening 5 minutes. Ghana should have gone in front. It was a disastrous decision by the defender, and Prince Polly ought to have.
Traoré, Moussa. Ah, et but. Non, la barre. Ouh. Il était bien sûr mis l'excuse à Anne Sinclair et à son invité de 7 sur 7, alors que Thierry a eu une belle occasion là. Et superbe arrêt de Hansa. Mis l'excuse donc.
Parece o Armar. Roubou, coloca lá na frente. Não está impedido, não está impedido, não. Pode ser boa, atenção. Defendeu, Assá, voltou, insiste a Costa do Marfim. Parou a defesa de Gana. Que chance, Trajano.
Mas agora perdeu, ele não tinha mais perna. É um grande jogador, Diego. Teve tudo para fazer o gol. Sozinho. E depois o Ansá fez uma perna.
His moment has arrived. To make it 1-1 from the penalty spot. Their best to put the penalty taker off, but it hasn't worked. But he's never faced a moment like this. and he would. And he. Oh dear, he's missed it. Asari has missed it in the cup for the Ivory Coast. If this goes in, they've won it. Oh no, it hasn't. Amazing. With the responsibility of keeping Ghana's hopes alive. And so Cassie to put Ivory Coast back in front, and he has. Is this? Ghana have lost the trophy. He hasn't missed. Tommies must be in at this moment. Sam with the kick, and each side. This to keep them in, and he. Oh, the goalkeeper. The drama from the spot. This to keep Ghana in with a hunt. I was wrong. Must accept this chance from 12 yards out. And he wants to take the hand off the trophy here. To make it 10-9, and Ansar, the goalkeeper, must score against his opposite number, and I'm sure the players it's all over. Akar for the Ivory Coast. It was a bit late.
Son premier tir, non, il avait marqué. Il avait Qataré qui avait raté son tir au but. Donc, Anthony, il joue nous sommes champions d'Afrique! Côte-d'Ivoire est la Coupe d'Afrique des Nations! Ici, on a de la visée! Vraiment, il n'y a plus rien à dire. Anthony Bafoué permet à la Côte d'Ivoire de remporter son premier trophée continental. Dans le Canada,